Picture this. It's a Wednesday. Everyone else is stuck in traffic on the Monash, queuing at the coffee cart, sitting through a 9 a.m. meeting that could have been an email, and you're just not. You're at home, down the beach, picking the kids up early because you actually can. Not because you won Powerball, not because some long-lost uncle left you a property portfolio in Ballarat, because every single quarter, Australian companies, you own a piece of deposit money straight into your account while you sleep, while you're on holiday, while you're doing literally anything else. That's dividend income. And today I'm showing you the exact numbers and exact strategy an ordinary Australian needs to get there. Here's what'll surprise you. Australians have a structural advantage the rest of the world simply doesn't have. One that makes living off dividends here faster and more tax efficient than almost anywhere else on Earth. By the end of this video, you'll know your exact number and how close you already might be. In most countries, the US, UK, most of Europe, when a company makes a profit, they pay tax on it. Then when they pay you a dividend, you pay tax on it again. Same dollar. Taxed twice. Australia said no to that in 1987. The Hawke government introduced dividend imputation, a refund system. When a company pays you a fully franked dividend, they've already handed 30 cents in the dollar to the ATO on your behalf. The government gives that back as a credit against your own tax bill. What that means practically is massive. A 4% dividend yield on the ASX isn't actually 4%. Gross it up with franking credits, and the real yield is closer to 5.5 or 6%. New Zealand runs something similar. That's basically it worldwide. Everyone else is getting taxed twice and calling it normal. We're starting from a fundamentally better position than almost any other investor on the planet. So what does enough actually look like? The ASFA, the Association of Superannuation Funds of Australia, publishes a retirement standard every year. It's the best benchmark we've got. A single person living comfortably, private health, running a car, a domestic trip each year, dinner out without sweating the bill needs roughly $54,000 a year. A couple doing the same needs around $77,000. Lean lifestyle. A single person can manage on $35,000. A couple on about $51,000. Want overseas trips, eating out whenever, upgrading the car on your own schedule? You're looking at $100,000 plus. 3 tiers. Pick yours. Here's the actual maths. Right now, the average ASX 200 dividend yield sits around 4%. Grossed up with franking, that's roughly 5.5%. Weight your portfolio toward higher yielding names, the banks, Wesfarmers, major insurers, and you can push that towards 6 or 7% grossed up. Let's use 5.5% as our working number. Realistic, achievable, not based on chasing anything dodgy. $50,000 a year, you need around $910,000. $75,000 a year, roughly $1.36 million. $100,000 a year, about $1.82 million to $150,000 a year, around $2.73 million before you close the tab. Those numbers are not as far away as they look. And there's a piece most people miss that changes the tax maths dramatically. Even with franking credits doing heavy lifting, dividend income is still taxable. The good news, the tax-free threshold sits at $18,200. And because franking credits offset your tax liability directly. If dividends are your only income, you can pull in around $30,000 in fully franked dividends and pay essentially zero net tax. Zero? Nothing to the ATO. The other big lever is superannuation. Dividend shares held inside super are taxed at just 15% in accumulation phase. Once you hit preservation age and flip into pension phase, that rate drops to zero. Smart Aussie investors run a dual-track strategy. One portfolio inside super building quietly with low tax drag. A second outside super, accessible before 60, generating income you can live on in your 50s or even late 40s if you've pushed hard. You don't need $900,000 sitting in a brokerage account right now. You need time, consistency, and compounding. Using a conservative 8% total return below the ASX long-term average, $1,500 a month gets you to $900,000 in roughly 19 years. $2,000 a month gets you there in about 17. Start in your late 20s and you could be done by your mid to late 40s, still young enough to actually enjoy it. The tool that supercharges this during the building phase is a dividend reinvestment plan, DRP. Instead of taking cash payouts, you reinvest dividends straight back into more shares. Shares pay dividends. Dividends buy more shares. Those shares pay more dividends. It's a snowball rolling downhill, every year heavier and faster. Stop here for a second. Because one mistake wrecks portfolios constantly. You're scrolling the ASX and spot a stock paying 12% or even 14%. Your brain starts calculating. If 5.5% needs $900,000, maybe 12% means I only need half that. Stop. Close the calculator. A yield that high is almost always a red flag. Either the share price has collapsed because the business is in serious trouble, or the dividend is about to be cut and that number is already outdated. Classic value trap. The companies that pay reliably decade after decade are spectacularly boring. The big four banks, Wesfarmers, Telstra, the major insurers, Woolies and Coles, grinding along doing what they've always done. You won't brag about them at a barbie, but they'll pay you every 6 months for as long as you hold them. That's the game. If picking individual stocks sounds stressful, there's a simpler path that most everyday Aussie investors should probably be using. ASX-listed ETFs. VAS gives you the entire ASX 300, yield around 3.5 to 4%, plus franking, bulletproof diversification, rock-bottom fees. HVST targets higher-yielding companies pushing toward 5 to 6% before franking. INCM from BetaShares pays monthly distributions, genuinely useful when you need consistent cash flow replacing a salary. One trade. Instant diversification across hundreds of companies. No research rabbit holes at midnight. No stress when one company cuts its dividend. A simple 2 ETF core portfolio will beat most active stock pickers over 20 years. The data is pretty clear on that. One practical detail that makes a real difference. Most Australian ETFs pay quarterly. Individual ASX shares typically pay twice a year. If you're relying on this income, you don't want 4 months of nothing, then a big lump sum. Smart income investors mix ETFs and direct shares deliberately, so payments land at different times. Some build a dividend calendar, mapping which holdings pay in which months, so money arrives nearly every single month. When cash hits your account that regularly, the psychological shift is huge. It stops feeling like investment distributions. It starts feeling like income. Your income. Last thing. Slightly uncomfortable, but necessary. $54,000 today won't feel like $54,000 in 15 years. At 3% inflation, you'd need around $84,000 in 20 years to match today's $54,000 purchasing power. The reason quality Aussie dividend stocks hold up against this is that great businesses grow their earnings and dividends faster than inflation. The major banks have grown dividends roughly 4 to 5% per year on average across decades. That's ahead of inflation. Your purchasing power actually increases over time, not erodes. A growing dividend from a strong business is worth dramatically more over 20 years than a fat static yield from a struggling one. So let's land this. Living off dividends in Australia, genuinely, sustainably, indefinitely, requires somewhere between $900,000 and $1.8 million invested depending on your lifestyle. That's not a lottery win. That's not inherited wealth. That's consistent investing, letting compounding and franking credits do the heavy work, steering clear of yield traps, and being a bit boring on purpose. The Australians who get there aren't the ones who found some secret stock tip. They're the ones who started, stayed consistent, and understood the system they were operating inside. You now know the system. The only question is when you start. If this helped, smash the like button. It gets this content in front of more Aussies, and that's the whole reason I make it. Not subscribed yet? Jump on that now. Turn notifications on too. The next video builds directly on this one, and you won't want to miss it. Cheers. See you in the next one.